Page, yellow book.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From now until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until I attain awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. For the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Cakrasamvara text, page number 2.
From within a state of emptiness, the entire universe arises as a form of the great compassionate Lord, free of any reference point, white like a kunda flower, with one face and 4 arms. The 2 main hands are joined at the heart, and the other 2 hold a lotus and mala. He is adorned with precious ornaments and sits in the Vajra posture. At his heart, which is my dwelling place, is the wrathful king, the protector Achala, blue like a flax flower, holding a sword in his right hand and a lasso in his left, held in the threatening mudra at his heart, standing on his right foot and placing his left knee on a sun-disk seat. His splendorous form outshines the 4 Maras.
Om Beza Zinra Maharojana Om Be Om Beza Zinra Maharojana Om Be Om Beza Zendrama Rojana Imbe De Yedo Garchen Join Penye Den Rale Ba Moi Janye Goin Doi Mar Janye De Goi Do Ba Ga Ron Zen Ye Goin Yon Jaro Be Da Zu
At Achala's heart, upon a dharma source, lotus and sun, I appear as Vajra Varahi, red with 2 faces and 2 arms, holding a curved knife, a skull cup, and a katvanga. With the right leg bent and the left one outstretched, I abide in the posture of royal enjoyment.
Om 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 Saramudandra Gunaya Bezarvarnanaya Bezambero Zanaya Hong 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 Pe 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 Sova Om 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 Saramudandra Gunaya Bezarvarnanaya Bezambero Zanaya Hong 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 Pe 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 Sova Om 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 Saramudandra Gunaya Bezarvarnanaya Bezambero Zanaya Hong 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 Pe 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 Sova Om 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 Sawa Buddha Dragini Om Om Sarambudandra Genaya Baza Varnanaya Baza Berozanaya Hong 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 Be 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 So Mai Janan Ganyan Be Sen Janan De De Dong Ai Rai Jan San Je Je
I will practice the yoga of the 4 empowerments so that all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, may have happiness, be freed from suffering, and gain the state of Buddhahood.
Zavela ma dorje jang ge yun dan je, zhe tun zhen je ya yun, Rinchen Dorjee jian jiang gun xiu, dun zhen je xie dan lai gar gun jing, wo Dawa se jia dian bar xiu, Cakrasamvara dan jue jie xia bai dan, jie se ye ran gu jie se wai ye, ge wai jian ze da ge jie zai bai, dan jie ze bai jian jue jie mo ho.
Back to 7. I appear as the Yidam deity. Before me, at brow level, on a seat of lotus, sun, moon, and brocade silk, is my root guru Vajradhara in the form of Bhagavan Sri Heruka. Holding Vajra and bell, he is adorned with consort Barahi, who holds a curved knife and skull cup. The father and consort are adorned with bone ornaments, ribbons, and jewels. With one leg outstretched and the other bent, they stand on a seat of Kalaratri and Bhairava. Moving in the 9 moods of dance, they abide in a brilliance of rays and light. Whatever slight virtue I have gathered through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, I dedicate it all for great, complete enlightenment.
Lama Dorjee Jian Be Da Wang Go Wen Ze Do So Lama Dorjee Jian Be Da Wang Go Wen Ze Do So.
Great Guru Vajradhara, please bestow empowerment upon me.
Lama ya yun men zan zu fe ne, o se gar von zhe den men zan den, lu jie zhe jian pen be wan jiu de, dan ye san jie dan jian de be gun, nan de la ye jian gun ye de zhe, lai ma ya yun yun jiu jian zan ne, wo se gan man den jian zhen bai den, nga ge zhe jian san wei wan jiu de, dan ye san jie tan jian de be zan, zhang deng ai jie ran xian ye de xie, Lama ya yun dui jie bai wei le, o Zangmo bon zhe den yan gar dim, ye jie zhe jian sen be wan jiu de, dan ye san jie gun jie de ran xin, jian gan ne ben jian wai gun zhuai de, lai ma ya yun wei dai wei zai xie, jie wen ne dan guo san zhen bai dan, ye be wan de san jie dan jie jie, guo san dui dui nian ye ye xie zi, guo wen nian yan dun zhe du yi de, jie zha ye xie jia jia jie mo ne.
Back to 10. From the coil of hair between the eyebrows of the Guru Father with Mother, light radiates, dissolving between my brows and cleansing the obscurations of my body. I receive the supreme base empowerment, and I come to embody every Buddha's form, the deity mandala appearing yet empty. From the point of union of the Guru, Father, and Mother, white light with a red glow radiates, dissolving into my throat and cleansing the obscurations of my speech. I receive the supreme secret empowerment, and I come to embody every Buddha's speech, the nature of mantra, heard yet empty. From the endless knot at the heart of the Guru Father and Mother, blue light radiates, dissolving into my heart and cleansing the obscurations of my mind. I receive the supreme third empowerment, and I realize the nature of all the Buddha's mind, free from all bonds of arising, ceasing, and abiding. The Guru, Father, and Mother melt into light, dissolving into my crown and purifying the grasping of my three doors. I receive the fourth empowerment and realize the vast and equal essence spontaneously as every Buddha's body, speech, mind, and sameness wisdom. Thus I abide in Mahamudra, unfabricated primordial awareness. By this virtue, may I and all other beings swiftly accomplish the glorious Guru, establishing all sentient beings without exception in that state. I supplicate to the Lord Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Gamboba, Pagmodrupa, Jigdan Sumgan, at the feet of the root Guru with the threefold kindness, and to all the root and lineage Gurus, the Yidams and Dharma protectors, please grant blessings upon my mind. Ahung transforms into Vajrasattva, who melts and arises as a Vajra, whose nature is the method of great bliss. And Ah transforms into Vajratopa, who dissolves and arises as a bell, whose nature is the wisdom of emptiness. The Sanskrit vowels on my right palm transform into a sun, and the consonants on my left palm into a moon. In an instant, I appear in the form of the co-emergent transcendent conqueror.
Vai Sarva Dharma Soba Vai Shuddha Vai Dom Ben Wan Le Lo Me Du Jie Jie Den De A Le Ga Ba La Yuan Shen Ya Jie Wen Nan Den Bi Ra Ma Me Xue Le De Zeng A Da Na Gu Da Gu Le Xiang Hon Zhen An Zhen Guan Jian Zhen Ba Jiang Du Bai Wei Ye Xue Jie De Zi Jiang Zu Jian Bo Xue Wo Ai Wo Gen Zha Ro Ye Wo Wen Bei Wen Zo Ba Wai Xue Sarva Dharma Soba Vai Shuddha Vai Dom Ben An Le Lo Me Du Jie Jie Den De A Le Ga Ba La Yuan Shen Ya Jie Wen Nan De Bi Ra Ma Me Xue Le De Zangmo Da Na Gu Da Gu Le Xiang A Na Hon Zhen Gang Jin Zhen Ba Jiang Du Bai Wei Ye Xie Jie De Zi Jiang Zu Jian Bo Xue Wo Ai Wo Ga Ye Sarva Ya Cha Ra Cha Sa Be Da Be Sha Za Ma Da Ba Ma Ra Ga Ne Da Ya Ma Ba Ling Ge Nen De Sa Ma Ya Ra Shen De Sarva Se De Men Ba Ya Zen De Ya De Bam Ya De Ram Ben Za Da Be Wa Da Zan Ra Da Ma De Gar Ma Da Ma Sarva Gar Da Se Su Gan Be Xue Da Ye Sa Ya Jan Ba Wen De Wen Be So Wen Ga Ye Sarva Ya Sa Be Da Be Ya Za Ma Da Ba Ma Ra Ga Ne Da Ya Ma Ba Len Ge Nen Da Sa Ma Ya Ra Shen Da Sarva Se De Men Bra Ya Zen De Ya De Ban Ya De Ram Ben Za Da Be Wa Da Zen Ra Da Ma De Gar Ma Da Ma Sarva Gar Da Ya Se Gan Be Xue Da Ya Sa Ya Jan Ba Wen Da Huan Be Zo Ga Ye Sarva Ya Ra Ya Sa Be Sha Za Ma Da Ba Ma Ra Ge Ne Da Ya Ma Ba Len Ge Nen Da Sa Ma Ya Ra Shen De Sarva Se De Men Bra Ya Zen De Ya De Ban Ya De Ram Ben Za Da Be Wa Dan Zen Ra Da Ma De Gar Ma Da Ma Sarva Gar Da Ya Se Su Kam Be Shu Da Ya Sa Ya Ja Ma Wen Da Huan Be Zo La Da Lun Do Jie Sen Bo Yong Bo Da Xia Da Yu Zan Yu Xie Zan
Om, guardians of the directions, local guardians, gods and hosts of Nagas, harm-bringers, bloodthirsty demons, elemental spirits, flesh-eaters, hungry ghosts, insanity inflictors, memory-crippling demons, dakinis and mamos, please accept this Torma offering. Help us yogins attain enlightenment, pacify adverse circumstances, harm, and injury, and cause the four enlightened activities to be accomplished.
Sarva Dharma Soba Vajido Domben Ale Ale Doben Nanjananda Oye Yavale Janwe Joja Sanjan Jeme Jaba Ngova Saba Mebe Dezela Nambara Range From the state of emptiness arises Ah, from which arise skull cups, each containing a Hung. The syllables melt and turn into inconceivable offering clouds, undefiled nectar and essence, and a variety of distinct features and appearance.
In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I unceasingly take refuge. In the Yogin, secret mantra, and Dakini, the embodiments of the three wheels, and in the male and female spiritual warriors, I unceasingly take refuge. For the sake of all sentient beings, I will become Heruka and establish all sentient beings in the supreme state of Heruka. Shri is non-dual primordial wisdom. He is emptiness of causes and so forth. Ru is free from coming together, and Ka is nowhere abiding. I am glorious Heruka, the cause of benefit and happiness for all sentient beings. I appear as great glorious Cakrasamvara. My 5 aggregates are the 5 Buddha families, my 5 elements are the 5 mothers, and my sense sources are the bodhisattvas. From the life force syllable hung at my heart emerge 4 Sumbani mantras, black, green, red, and yellow. They emanate into the 4 directions and transform into an indestructible Vajra fence, ground, web, tent, canopy, and a dome of wisdom flames, becoming a vast protection sphere. Solid, secure, and utterly terrifying, it is impregnable to obstructors, even to Brahma. The light radiating from the hung at the heart of myself appearing as Heruka invites the Guru and the gathering of Cakrasamvara deities into the space before me.
Cakrasamvara mandala Bande Bade Zazo Wa Wan Yera
Sapare Vara
Nevede Bade Zazo Wa Wan Yera Sapare Vare Shata Bade
I take refuge in the three jewels and confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of beings and will hold the Buddha's awakening in mind. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly until attaining enlightenment. I give rise to bodhicitta in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. Having given rise to the supreme mind of bodhicitta, I welcome all sentient beings. I will practice the supreme bodhisattva conduct of acting with kindness. May I attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. The field of accumulation dissolves into me.
Chugavaza Donyangale Dorjee Sajirawagar Trawala de Mera Songar Jimbaravesa Namgadang Lome Jasara Radenda Nazo Pema Jajanve Drumle Ranje Nazo Lere Yarmye Kanche Wambarwa Senye Gonzo Shira Pema Dorjee Mera Dorjee Dewe Nazo Chuje Devaranye Manje De Den Den Do Tade Se Se Jengar Vese Yansar So So Kamar Ve Rang Re Na Da Ke Je Shio Pe Dorjee Huan Jen Ten Wen Bar Wan Zhe Jar Juan Zhao Ve Tun Je Lar De Sa Wan La Den Shen Dan ye sa wen qiang zi dan jie yong si jir pa li shang wei ran ye jiom dian di wen jiu jir nan ka dan wen dan zhu jin xiao xie jin sun qi wa zui xie zhang sun du jie chen zhi wei tu ga ren jie zi jian yin jie rar bi du su qian jian bi Zangmo nor wen dun de na zuo du jie yun de da xue zhe jia ni du zhe ying lan qu xian xia yun gen ben ji xie jie wo wo da zui ye ba jiang bei dun zi ne me ban da xian zhui xiang du luan a jie du xie dan jie jia jia zhu Gun jiang gar ge niang de ban de du jie nan jie xie ren du Xiar jie jin so zha zhu zang zi tu ba gang bu nge zhe xian Cha yuan du ba du zi gang wa yao jian ge nen qu jian du Ye ba den zi du jie zhe gu qiu nang ge la de be zi Yuan xia jian yin ye ba yang zhe de niang jiu zhu lan zu jie Ram zi jir mo cha la ji xie tu gang a ji do xia dang Cha jiang a de ya yun ye gan xin bie zhe xian dar jiang jiang Gar bie me dar si jie dan de ta xue nian jun Dun de yuan jia ye ba nan zun kan zhuo Lama dun jie ma Su jie ma na ngu jia ma si xiar jie jin sun gu pe xiar Jie zi zha zhi tu gan wei jian gan bu nga jie tu xiar jian Cha ye zhi gu nan kuran jian xian yun pe tu zha tu gan zin Zhi mo ga zhang ga dan din xie din niang ge jie jir me zi Cha jiang a de wu zha din la ye jiang ge jie ra dun jian Cang xue da den du zi ben den xiang ye gang wei tu ben zin La nan zha war da den wang gran jin para be ma a mar bu Nian gar na zo du jie hong o ya jie nian gar ong ha gar Go wa na ma he si da ne jie zo so hua he mar bu Zhao ba ni san bo zhe na mei ni hong hong ho mar se Ye la ge la pe huan jiang ge yam jie de wa wo ma mar Nian ga yo ka dong o xian ka ru ru mo gar mo Go wo rim zhe ra de si xian jie zo huan jiang ge jian Ye la ge la pe pe de ge ra de zhen be jie ren sa
Back to page 36. My body gradually dissolves into the awareness Hung, which then remains in space in the form of a nada string. From the luminous and empty natural state of all phenomena arises an intensely blazing protection sphere of Vajra ground, fence, tent, web, canopy, and masses of fire. At its center arise space, wind, fire, water, earth, and Mount Meru, upon which arise a variegated lotus and a crossed Vajra. At the center of that arises a broom, from which arises a great immeasurable palace made of various precious substances, brilliant and complete in its characteristics. Outside are spheres of lotuses and vajras, masses of fire, and the charnel grounds. Inside the palace, in the center of a multicolored lotus, is a sun disk with Bhairava and Kalaratri as a seat, upon which is a mandala of sun and moon, and the white vowels and red consonants. In an instant, the nada of my awareness enters it and transforms into a vajra with a brilliant blue hong at its center. Light emanating from it makes offerings to the Buddhas and benefits beings. The light gathers back and dissolves into the seed syllable. The moon, sun, seed syllable, and implement transform, and I arise as the transcendent conqueror Cakrasamvara, outshining the radiance of a clear sky. I have one face, 3 eyes, and bared fangs. My hair knot is adorned with jeweled dried skulls bound by a garlands of vajras around my hairline. The top of my hair knot is adorned with a jewel, the front with a crossed vajra, and the left with a crescent moon. Holding a vajra and bell in my hands, I am embracing the consort. With my left leg bent, I stand on Bhairava's head, and my outstretched right leg presses down between Kalaratri's breasts. I bear the 6 charnel ground adornments, a loose tiger skin skirt, and a garland of 50 freshly severed heads around my neck, and I display the non-moods of dance. On my lap is coral-colored Vajrayogini with 1 face and 3 eyes. Half her hair flows down loosely, and the other half is bound up with 5 dried skulls. Embracing the neck of the father, her left hand offers a skull cup filled with nectar. The right hand, in threatening mudra, fiercely brandishes a curved knife with a vajra handle. Her left leg is outstretched, and her right leg is wrapped around the father. Blissful and endowed with the youth of a 16-year-old, her beauty is extraordinary. She is naked and delights in blood, wears a garland of 50 dried skulls, and is endowed with the 5 mudras. The father and mother are adorned with the major and minor marks and silken scarves. Like the fire at the end of time, their blissful union of method and wisdom is magnificent. In front is blue Dakini, to the left is green Lama, behind is red Kandaroha, and to the right is yellow Rupini. Each has 1 face, 3 eyes, menacing laughter, bared fangs, hair flying loose, a crown ornament of dried skulls, and a garland of 50 dried skulls around the neck. In their right hands they each brandish aloft in space a curved knife, and in their left they hold to their hearts skulls filled with blood. A katvanga is tucked into the crook of the left arm. Their bodies are naked and sensuous, and they are endowed with the 5 symbols. The right leg outstretched and left leg bent, they dance majestically upon corpses. In the 4 intermediate directions upon moon discs are vases filled with the 5 nectars and topped by skull cups filled with the 5 meats. At the forehead of each deity on a moon disc is a white Om. At the throat on a lotus is a red Ah, and at the heart, at the center of a crossed vajra, is a blue Hung. At the father's heart are white Om Ha. At the forehead yellow Namahi. At the crown red Sohahu. At both shoulders black Bausa He. At both eyes crimson Hung Hung Ho, and at all limbs green Pet Hang. At the navel of the mother is red Om Bam, at the heart is blue Hang Yom, at the mouth white Rim Mom, at the head yellow Ring Ring, at the crown green Hip Hung Hung, and at all limbs gray Pe Pe. Pem, pem, the light radiating from the Hung at my heart invites the Viras and Yoginis of the 10 directions and the empowerment deities into the space before me. Zahong Bam Ho, the wisdom and commitment beings become indivisible.
Yoga Shada Sarva Dharma Yoga Shada Sarva Dada Gata Abegenza Doyama Shebe Soda Wan Le De Zaya Ekan Weban Basha De Donen Jidara Damba Samjena De Shen Shekan Zirda La Ye Jena Da Ba Ye De Shen Da Ge Zhe
Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikinsa Tu Mam. Having been supplicated, the empowerment deities hold aloft vases filled with nectar and proclaim, just as the Buddhas were bathed upon birth, we will bathe you with the pure water of the gods.
Om Sarva Tata Gata Abhishekata Samaya Shiraya Wangar Gagan Mata Deva Shimbaran Shinjojane Wala Randan Jula Jinjala Sola Mechaya Nanda Kandra Majaran Yong
Saying this, to bestow the empowerment with the nectar, which fills my body and purifies all defilements, transforming me into the supreme nature of great bliss. The empowerment deities then dissolve into me. From the overflowing nectar arises a crown ornament of Akshobhya on the principal lord, Vairochana on the mother, and Ratna Sambhava on the four Dakinis. I offer to the mouths of the kind root guru and all the glorious holy lineage gurus. Om Ahom. Om, homage to the conqueror, the courageous Lord. I bow to you, who blaze like the fire at the end of a great kalpa, whose locks are bound up at the crown, whose face is terrifying, fiercely bearing fangs, whose hands gleaming with 1,000 lights raise a battle axe and lasso, and hold a spear and a katvanga. You who wear a tiger skin robe and whose smoky color resembles great darkness.
Dorjee de ma me bam jin je me de wan ze yo wei jian. Do jian gen baran ze man ji se rong wei zhuo mo si jie mo. Zha xie zhu jie ra dun jie bara xie jian ba ru le jian ma. Nan bara jia ma mong baran ze jie ren da mong baran ze ba mo. Dorjee ba mo nan jie jie mo de be wan shu ma lan de. Xie jie wan dang gu be le jie dang. Ge zi zhen jie zhen ba nie jia nam. Ga dan ju ga ga zhe lin jie da. Yin bo nam jie ma xie la xiang zar. Da ba la su de xie xie ba xie. Dun ba xie dang de zi gang wen de. Samsun jo be su jie ne ba ye, tai xie yer me de la xiang zan lo.
53. Homage to the transcending conqueress Vajra Varahi, to the superior mother of the three worlds, invincible awareness consort, who destroys all fear of evil spirits with your great Vajra nature, to you with controlling eyes who remain like a Vajra seat unconquered by others, who neutralize even poison, wrathful, fierce lady, bearing your fangs, terrifier, annihilator who severs completely, who conquers all adversaries, all victorious one, conquering those who make us dull, rigid, and confused. To Vajra Varahi, great yogini, powerful lady who fulfills all desires, I bow. Homage to the four heart yoginis who represent the four activities of pacifying, enriching, overpowering, and suppressing, the four placements of mindfulness of body, feeling, mind, and phenomena, and the four levels of joy, joy, supreme joy, beyond joy, and co-emergent joy. Homage to inseparable method and wisdom, the four Tathagatas, such as the unchanging one, abiding in the intermediate directions in the form of offerings, the four vases with skull cups filled with nectar. Inside my body, appearing as Haruka, are the three channels and four chakras. At my crown is a white hung, at my throat a white om, at my heart a blue hung, and at my navel a red ah. From the ah, wisdom fire blazes forth, burning away the syllables of the three chakras. From the hung, white drops descend, and restoring the three syllables, blissful warmth blazes forth. From the hung at my heart, a mantra garland emerges. It descends through the pathway of the Vajra, enters the lotus of the mother, and arises through her central channel. It emerges from her mouth, enters again into my mouth, and dissolves into the seed syllable at my heart. In this way, it circles continuously.
tene ta ngaran su kharsan dere ma de choran ji sabji tere sonro wa tene ta tere ma ten do tu so hong le srang tu ge so hong yoro hong le hong ji nga na ja marcel ki sen na ja marcel tores nicht sabji do was sabji
Nishi sabji. That's all.
tenen tukso hongli hongi nga na ja marcel sida de hongi nga sa de shona je chakse na sumban se jin wa tere te na ja marcel sida ti khan mo ze na ko da sa wa chang mo jang no mo sar onere sumban ho ze khan mo wa hana ze chang mo jang tene hana ba
sha ngompo re be.
sha na ko na ja marcel la
Tene jang.
tene no mo marbochi hana ba ro ana ya ho bangam banza sete sarbochi lomochi wa de chojin ti ta zunko ro ba te hungi nga nam sna ja marcel she chorus wa da zo ze yar changben ji tian se mar wang qian se sai to de hong ye to be yin tu qian bo yo ba ji wa tene yin tu qian bo wa de shi ti da chojin chobis我大体我确实我认出呢，我认得出从这里确实的那一个的看到那一的多些啥吧，啥多些啥些，的多些啥吧，考儿来这他是说什么，等于穷松上着吧，中国是穷松上，真的我在场所给一些兄弟这边，昨天咱们这一千多去了，他场把那说给有千多是说给兄弟车的嘞，所以这多了嘛，头的中国差不多。我这里在穷松上，他都接啥些，都接啥吧？他说，或者拉着他，他说上嘛，他就穷松上着吧。我这穷松上，他听就啊，他说他都接啥些啥吧？或者拉着他说从哪里啊？是啊个多。这些的噻，但忙不还是说，哎呀妈。
So where we left off with the instructions yesterday was on page 28 at the top, the first line of page 28. So then the text continues. So it says, from the life force syllable hung at my heart emerge 4 Sumbani mantras. So the Sumbani mantras that are being referred to here are the mantras found on page 81 or 88. 81, sorry, yeah. So you see the Sumbani mantras at the bottom there. So these are what is being referred to here. And so each, they emerge as strings of mantra garlands that then create a protection sphere in each of the 4 directions. So the color black, green, red, and yellow. And so with the first mantra garland, Om Sumbani, or the first mantra, Om Sumbani, Sumbani Hong Hong Pe, this is going into the eastern direction. It's black in color. Then with Om Grihana Grihana Hong Hong Pe, this goes to the north, and it's, sorry, did I say green? The first one in the east is black. And then the second one in the north is green. And then Om Grihana Paya Hong Hong Pe goes to the west, and it's red. And then Om Anayaho Bhagawan Bhadra Hong Hong Pe is to the south and is yellow. And so we can think that they're really huge letters, creating like a complete sphere of protection. And then the light from them emanates into the 4 directions and transforms. So they emanate into the 4 directions and transform into an indestructible Vajra fence, Vajra ground, Vajra web, Vajra tent, Vajra canopy. and a dome of wisdom flames, becoming a vast protection sphere. So this sphere of protection is so solid, secure, and utterly terrifying, it's impregnable to obstructors, even to Brahma. So meaning that no matter how powerful or however great the intensity of the obstructing force or spirit, or even someone as powerful as Brahma could not penetrate. It's that impenetrable. And so the meaning of the mantras is first, they actually correspond with the different levels, or there's a strange echo, layers of the protection sphere. So first Vajra fence, then Vajra, the meaning Om Sumbani, or no, the next coming down here, Mindini, right? Om Mindini Vajra Bawa. So Sashi, Gur, Okay. So each of the mantras correspond are, the Vajra ground, tent, Vajra web, Vajra canopy, and so forth.
닝제 그 추지 고자고 닝제 추지 잠바 고자고 닝제 추 고자 추로와 추 담마 고자지 안테네 시랍 송자 대마 시랍 송자 되나 된 요모세 반도 특별히 잠니게 지나는 교사다 송고는 된 시랍 되나 된 요모 도 특별히 뭐 되는 지금 송고 가르송원서나 잠니게 되나 자양지 다 잠니게 제나 자양지 잠니게接送的扎样的这把子特别的是的，好些东西，大有什么吧？先生各位当妈意思，先把的前面这些的先把的先不要我的当妈的意思。我这样的多点那么就这样子是吧？多点是，那你们俩青年那么坚强中国的是的。
那？
你们俩青年。你们俩青年就是坚强中国的意思。
Got it.
坚强都前面的。真的，今天在趟马这那叫吧是吧？他今天那马这吧，其实那叫吧是。我从多大天就应该说中原可乐，没就强求是，要说在他前面给要过的那哈，在中原可乐，他说要过啥吧
？So there is a ngoju, so what is it? Ngoju, Dimchoki Dawa. Ju. So there's a Cakrasamvara tantra called the ngoju. And it is in it. It says that love is the armor is the armor of love, and so it is the dharma of compassion that we are arming ourselves with, and that wisdom is our weapons are wisdom, and so if we are endowed with the armor of love and compassion and armed with the weapons of wisdom, then we can completely ward off or fend off the afflictive emotions. So Lord Jigten Sumgan says, if you are endowed with love and compassion, then you can cause even your enemies to give rise to love or to develop love. And so it is love and compassion, the qualities of love and compassion that really delight the mind of others. So this is his pith instruction. And so for a practitioner, the love and compassion are ornaments. And so we should never be separate from them. And the supreme sphere of protection is the protection of bodhicitta.
다 들이 말송 다데 쇼단 숨치산 바들이 랑헤르가 지베 투게 혼네 오산 좀 남한 콜로데 메라서 되남가지한 찬스 다 소진지도 어제 랑 콜로든 바지에들 다 좀거나 여러가지 다 소소게 데 혼네 오산 초네 투게 혼네 오산 초디 되네 라마 다 자벨라만이나 오 자벨라만 남바 콜로든 바니바 되도 다 소만 보세 다 남가지한 찬송사 What's a tinjo namo gorobe namae zasha sambara melase. What Lama 콜로든베 다초라 찬세로 셀랍쇼사랑아테 지다 tinjo choba 도 단다고 만보면서 라사인바 cho바티 cho바 셰요레 되지 안 cho바 담보티 알감바딘 인도와 어디네모테 세요라다다 cho베나 모주르비지 어때 마라샹디사테 이 지올라다 나초테 벤즈 아르마다세나 벤즈 아르마다세나 도칭아이사와 도칭아와 분자 맹교세나 초치지
Pudza mega.
초베지 아테네 사무다세 jan소다 자친본다스 코쇼사 jan소다 사파라스나 제판다 사마야선 탐색 시에소르사 어테네 사레 테네 tinjo스라 안테 상회 초바진도와 어테 옴 서바세다 옴 서바센 다 서바센 탐치레 옴튼 고치로와
그래.
되게 이거 탐치나
그래.
되게 이거 탐치 코쇼사레 아테네 되게 이거 탐치지 안드는 가서는 지에스 샤바지 소바바시 바자르 소바바시 도르제 힐랑지 시 이마고 한스다 당니 좀 코쇼사레 한스데 나오 좀 당니 나오스 코쇼사레
Atma.
에마 고 세노
Ngao.
다니 한스는 나오 좀 당니
Oh,
나오
okay.
와다든 루치네 양대 대통령 명한 대신양 바샤테 통탐비 초바데 샘고 단테 초고레스 디스 냠나 진짜서 진봉
So then it continues on page 30, where it says, the light radiating from the Hung at the heart of myself, appearing as Haruka, invites the guru and the gathering of Cakrasamvara deities into the space in front. So here what we're doing is we're generating the field of accumulation in the space before us, which is a common step in the generation stage. So we're visualizing ourselves in the form of Cakrasamvara, and from our heart center, light rays stream out and invite the Lama who appears in the form of Cakrasamvara and comes to abide in the space in front, together with many gathered deities. So then we have this mantra here, Namo Guru Byo, Nama Shiri Cakrasamvara Mandala Byo. So the Namo is, we're prostrating to the Lama, Cakrasamvara, and offering mandala or making offerings, or we're prostrating to the whole mandala of the Cakrasamvara deities. Then next we have all the offerings. So we've talked a lot about the offerings already. So these are, the typical offerings beginning with Argam, Padyam, and so forth. And then following that, we have the offering of the 16 goddesses. And so we already went through all of these and their meanings and how to visualize and such the other day. And then we have the inner offering. So this is with the mantra Om Pancha Amrita Puja Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Hung. So Om Pancha Amrita is the 5 nectars. Pudza Mega, it means like clouds of offering, appearing as masses of offering clouds. And so here we're offering the nectar, we're offering the inner offering. And then the next one is the suchness offering, Om Sarva Tathagata Anuragana Bhajatva Bhava Makohang. So here, sorry, also I forgot to mention above with the inner offering, you also have that word samudra, which means like an ocean, so oceans of offering clouds. Saparana samaye hung, so this is please bestow upon us samaya. And then we have the Sarva Tathagata. So this is the suchness offering. So Om Sarva Tathagata is all of the Tathagatas And then anuragana is like looking after or caring for with passionate concern. So that is all the Tathagatas looking after with passionate concern. Vajra, which is Vajra, Swabhava is Atma Kohang. So it is the Vajra nature, all, Swabhava being all, and then Atma Kohang. So Atma is Atma Ko is that self nature, and Hang is I am. So it is essentially like I am the Vajra nature of the like compassionate or passionate resolve or energy of all the Tathagatas. So what this is representing is then the realization of the essence of awareness, or Mahamudra. So this offering is made abiding within the recognition of Mahamudra. So da Om Swabhava Shuddha Dorjee Gyagyo. Okay. Oh, didn't he?
Rangi Taba, Yons Tabare, Sera, Chotamji Rangi Tabare, Sera, or Yante don't being on some Dango Sarva, don't being on some Rangi Tombando, what to do that, some Dantaneta, Ranu Zoran Ripa, whom you Nade number Canes, Tarandu, Rank Luyura, they took him home. They were basically some sort of.
Oh, then it's some so some that's what they contrast.
Think both it and or that is so into the number so into Choba Piare is number or the that is Choba in a Sozoya, so what it's Sozoya, and the chance here and the Quaya Chancho Sim over Tingayro, what the so into the other Sonazoya Chitra, what the Chico rest, not to do
it. That don't jobo do not ne. So then we have next the branches of taking refuge in the three jewels, confession, rejoicing in the virtues of beings, giving rise to the mind of bodhicitta, and dedication. So since we've generated the field of accumulation in the space in front, then we engage in the gathering of the accumulations through the recitation or the practice of the 7 branches or the 5 branches as a means to accumulate merit. So then the field of accumulation dissolves into us, and then we have Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhohang, which means Shuddha Garere? So all is completely pure. All dharmas are completely pure, and I am that complete purity. So all meaning all phenomena is the nature of this completely perfected purity, and we are that self nature.
Nada pasta nada mimi shalan chinan de khosarete ta chiba shukulam ches chibe durem dam chakhotara watne nada namkane de
chiba chukulam che
chiba chukurwa da
chuku
tene nada de ta ze namkane de ya nada chungchung ze chawo je de banda sina de zamno dan se fardo fardo non kunam che andas Rulafio Sare. Wada ting on it, and on Chukun Don, Tony Dorjee Satan, Marlon Regina, Dorjee Sai, Rawa, Cor, Lat, taking Doa, on some courting Doa, Lume, Chusa, Rera, Dainto, Naso Bema Jadam, which that she can also jiggerwa, she encountered. Drum the Rinchen, drum the Rinchen, not so little, she mean conscience won't barras. What in Sini Gunzo, Cheror Bema, Dorjee, Merit to Ru, that is some of your till, she encountered. What in Alata, Tea, not so Chuchi. Chuchi did be Marwa. Tana so Chuchi said, Beman, Roa. Tichotan was some subduna.
Pache Injila Pema Lap to Mato.
Alando.
Pache.
Yeah, that be Marwa Chuchi. Chuchi Dewa, Yeman, Gigi, Dan Gigi, Gigi, to send it. Said that you said, that you send Marwa. Then Dawa Caesars and David and Sarwa. Dawachi, then Dawachi. Caesars and Nima and Dawa said, that you send Marwa. Or the Jinko with Yansi Sosukama, Nimala Dawa is young to Karora, Sijit Marmala, the Tichi, Yansi Sosukama, Us, or that's a giant, then Nida Nila, then the Tangas of Sojiva and Yarabata, Jiva and Dutan Jiva and Kamgarman in Sonshore, that then Nida. What is she do you? Ranre nada gije shota ranre nada tare ze yuwaten ngado hwado nam shen da mo chine watara shobachi
Kare unang
nada de de da ni hwala shobachi wate ngado hwado nam shen da mo chi wate shoba da so je ba la ngro ngado shoba dorje hongjin tingong ba sta di sia che chana dene dorje da mo ta phein dorje yam da pomo ne tv yam da zo ngado do cho be chen ni de la gro wate ndu na mo je chang du tene de da je tang chin da de ni ma de chang cho ban da ba de chang cho ba
Da.
ni ma de chang cho ba chi
So Dampo.
da
Dawa
ni ma de do ta du si ja de ni ma de chang cho ba chi da ba de chang cho ba chi wa de zong yin zhu sen na da na da de zong yin zhu le chang cho ba mo jiang a qin na ro zong yin zhu chang cho sun ba ro to chang zhen chang cho ba sen da lo jie hong ting hong ba de lo这里的我问出，包括参见求把铺，但是天他们去对这讲，但是我在做对，我的那他让那人多，但你强在用是求把呢，是他让你就点可能，他让你点可能都把做解压噻，贵用做把的，这个强求这里啊有了，贵用做把强求，我听讲的，但我做解把呢，这解把做出来那么个了，我听他的解难讲，解难解难讲是些，我到听着那是这样是吧？
So the young the Tukula Lam Chewala. So then we have on page 36, so as it says, my body gradually dissolves into the awareness hung, which then remains in space in the form of a nada string. So here we're, dissolving the form, practicing like the completion stage of a form of the completion stage, where then everything and our awareness. So okay. Okay, gongta. So shaya kangla sopa rangla timdir. Oh, okay. So everything. So first, everything dissolves into the hung. Our body gradually dissolves into the our awareness, which is in the form of the hung, and then it remains there as the nada string. And so this then is the corresponding with the process of death, so the dissolution at the time of death, and then this visualization corresponds with bringing the Dharmakaya onto the path of death. And that is with the visualization or meditation on the nada hovering in space. So the very, very thin, like nada tip or string, as it says here. And then And then things arise again, right? So from the luminous and empty natural state of all phenomena arises an intensely blazing protection sphere of Vajra, ground, fence, tent, web, canopy, and masses of fire. At its center arise space, wind, fire, water, earth, and Mount Meru, upon which arise a variegated lotus and a cross Vajra. At the center of that arises a broom, from which arises a great immeasurable palace, made of various precious substances, brilliant and complete in its characteristics. Outside are spheres of lotuses and vajras, masses of fire, and charnel grounds. In the center of a multicolored lotus, so here the language in the Tibetan is a little bit different. Instead of saying lotus, it's from like the waterborne flower, the waterborne one, which is the lotus. The multicolored lotus is a sun disk with Bhairava and Kalaratri as a seat, upon which is a mandala of sun and moon. So also the language is a little bit different in Tibetan. So the moon is the so the like cooling and the cooling, the disc that cools, and then anyway, it's poetic language, but it means the mandala of sun and moon, and on this the white vowels and the red consonants, and then in an instant the nada of my awareness enters in between these two, the sun and the moon with the white vowels and the red consonants. So in between these, into and transforms into a Vajra with a brilliant blue hung at its center. So this is the bringing the Sambhogakaya onto the path. So at the time of the bardo. So this is like the corresponding with that process of the consciousness entering between the father and mother drops. And then that's how we do this. So then the light emanates out and makes offerings to all the Buddhas. So the light emanates out and makes offerings and then returns, and then it emanates out again, and it purifies the obscurations of sentient beings and benefits sentient beings. The light then gathers back and dissolves again into the seed syllable. And then the moon, sun, seed, syllable, and implement transform. So the moon, the sun, the seed syllable, and the implement, which is a Vajra, transform, and I arise as the transcendent conqueror, Cakrasamvara, outshining the radiance of the clear sky. And so then we go through the generation stage. So this here is bringing on, once we arise, the arising of the form of the deity corresponds with or becomes bringing the Nirmanakaya onto the path of death. So first then we have the stages of arising, the arising or the awakening of the moon, and then the awakening of the sun, this as sun seed, and then the arising of this seed syllable. And so all of this also corresponds with the birth process, so the different stages of birth. And then the implement being the Vajra. So also when they talk about the formation of, there's conception and then the formation of the fetus and the development of the fetus, which kind of becomes different shapes, and that at a certain point actually looks the same as, say, like a Vajra. And then from that, then the fifth stage of arising is the complete form of the deity. So then we arise in the fully perfected form of Cakrasamvara.
동자 장이 마접대 텐두다 공고 쇼사라와 what is that concept of 공고 쇼 대지 되네 세와시 다바세나다 다바세나 제라티 연대한 좀 ten고 쇼사라와 배창다스 다 매를 좀 중고나 매를 열와 매를 세존 데모 파타송네 나 차바트 좀 도차타 나 차바트 시당사송
Ah, 그래?
나 요란다 중고나 도와 중고나 차바스 도와 我这西当茶送的去，这可能咱们的垃圾有啊，可能垃圾这种都下茶送的，送可能呢，他真正的可以说是他吧些。我这今天中国他的点着我是你妈这位呢，啊，马来边当着我这怕刚送的可能是，马来边当咱们中有了，这刚送的去，真的，
这个里偏吗？
啊，你妈说，你没点噻？
哦，你的。
我你没点，他马来边咱们咋刚吧去？真的，等咱们咋怕刚，那强求肯有个也没用的，强求肯有个没呀，同大的是。强求先肯有个种，只有种，还是那边有个人。
Ja, nu går hon.
现在穷究这个的话呀，真着的。
Så det är ni där? Dawa.
你妈是，对你妈是这种种的是，这边嘛。这趟你妈这种呀，那边嘛你妈但特别点这种可别你怕蒙古大众说是多对那说，可别你怕蒙古吧，边嘛这种，真的，我听这个啥，真的，他这趟几天我的工作，但我不着在有了吧，我拿着他有对他那钱把他东把你送送就可给的是钱把东你。这个种他不成吧，这这种的哇，我真的。写这的建总有了，建设它这面都有，要他经常的重要这个。
Okay. So then we go through, step by step, this process of arising in the fully perfected form of the deity, with all of the various details of the deity's form going through that. So the main thing here. So when we meditate on the generation stage, it is important, it is always said how it's so important that the form of the deity arises vivid and clear, but it's empty of any inherent nature or substantial essence. So it's completely vivid and clear, but totally empty, like the appearance of a vivid rainbow in the sky. So we really try to have this clear visualization, to the best of our ability, so that we practice in such a way that it gradually becomes more and more vivid. And then, so that is one important aspect, the clarity. And then the second important aspect is the recollection of purity. So the recollection of purity means having an awareness of, all of the enlightened qualities of the deities form what all these different aspects and attributes represent. So for instance, every single aspect of the visualization has symbolic meaning. So Lord Jigten Sumgun says that, the fire, for instance, even with the protection sphere, the fire, the ring of fire represents the burning away or clearing away of ignorance. The web of, or the arrows represents the pacification of anger. The tent and canopy represent the pacification of desire, and so on and so forth. Also, Jigten Sumgun says the sun so there's the sun and moon discs seat. So the sun represents the burning away or the drying out of the mud and muck or the swamp of samsara, and the kind of arising of the sprout, the seedling, the blossoming of the seedling of bodhicitta. And the lotus represents, being of the appearing within, the world, but being completely untainted by the faults of samsara, unstained by samsara, just like a lotus. And Lord Jigten Sumgun also says that the reason why Cakrasamvara is blue in color is this represents the indivisibility of love and emptiness.
Oh, yeah. Sheje yodi that chu samji chuning on the road Jiparis, tuning on that cockles. Then Jigan Zong, that Jan Zom, that to some chamber, to some chamber, the water show is to some chanting. Chevas she yorwa, Cheva she do kill Jarson. What I are damned, damn yorwa, what I are damned, give it some tamchi, zorde. So yes. Then Tokam nga yorwa. Tokam nga te yishi nga water show this. Jivolte Dawa Chika in the Jade, or the Chancho Sam Jumichiba. Or the that he are Conspria, water of this Chancho Sam Jumiji. The Reti Dragon, Dorjee Jam the door. Chinashida, Tomba.
Oh, Dilla.
Oh, there are Dorjee Jam the door. Or then Chinashid, Tomba, some young town water show is on the
Garilla.
Chinashi, Tomba.
Domba.
Tombani.
Tombani.
The song you know what is. Or then the Jansom bought the Marwan Sarwa. Or the some Jansom chard in it. This is Tronian Sarwa. Tronier. Tronier the Yishi Yoro. Yishi Panja the Yom Baris. Yom Mubiga, Trudin Zara, Yom Papa John Bedaris. Tronier. Or that and do Zangmo to do Shiramando, that's and do Yande to Tonda, the Mambo Yosarawa. Or the cheating, cheating, did let it Dawa to do it. Then Tangajar Demba said that's a kitchen with a child. Then Hajar Demba said, Carisana, Hatiki, Tangajar Cushion also. Najar Casana, Hati, some Tajana Sivo, one Yawa. Zivo Gang, Maja, one Yawa, Kasi Zivo Shirazi, Mato, Kaduna, Jonam Sama. Not the Tati, Zamniki, Najat Gores. They will not say Yamnati, Jeramti, or chat at this house. Or chat sort of Kumhicha, in Bati Chamberwa. The Najat means he has chat is chat with Uncle Chat. But in this also Kaduna, now Chapa, Chentor choking is some Kaduna, Rodo is some of them. Special as a class and that's all down in some. Kalandas in Sokorism, they on the top and now so. Contour society, Hakarangit, Kalas and Sokarangis, around the time, Chuba Picos and Raw. What's in reaching it? They are the contour to the Jenem Kaduna Majeli, or cheating the Jenem Demba to be a pentoris. Then as a Tamina and Badana, then as Sunziki, no one to Pache to be raised. Not to Mansis, that Chalam was some Sunzi then, Jesho Rasha, never so to be raised.
So then he also says that the deity has one face and three eyes. So the single face represents the single taste or the one taste of Dharmata, the one true nature of all phenomena. And then the three eyes, Jigten Sumgön says, that represent or looking into or perceiving the three times. The four fangs represent the subjugation of the four maras. His hair being bound on top of his head represents having perfected all the roots of virtue. Wearing the crown or the diadem of the five dried skulls represents the perfections of the five wisdoms, the perfection of the five wisdoms. The half moon above to the left represents the unbroken continuity of bodhicitta, the ongoing unbroken continuity of bodhicitta, and the ever increasing pristine awareness. And the crossed Vajra represents the crossed Vajra in front of his mound of hair represents the four enlightened activities, and these four enlightened activities indivisible from emptiness, the indivisible union of activity and emptiness. And then his three eyes are also red, or kind of bloodshot or red, and so this represents the passionate concern for sentient beings. And his semi-wrathful appearance, so he's in semi-wrathful form, and this represents the abandonment of afflictive emotions through recognizing their essence as primordial wisdom. So we don't have a ton of time. So these are just some of the few, symbolic meanings that we can find, that are represented by all of these different aspects of the deity's form. But actually, there are many. The list goes on, and there's lots of descriptions of what everything means. So that's the second important aspect of the generation stage. So again, the first one being clarity, secondly, recollection of purity, and then third, we also have to have the support of divine pride. And this is really important to have confidence that we are the deity. So even if we can't, we want to have a clear visualization, but if the visualization isn't very clear, then even more important is to have some sense of confidence that we are the deity. So if we, without the clear visualization, then we sort of rest in the knowledge that I am the deity. If we don't have that confidence, then it will be difficult to really create a karmic imprint for the practice. When we have the divine pride, then it really sets the imprint, the karmic imprint for manifesting the enlightened form of the deity and reversing attachment to ordinary perception. So remaining as much as we can in the understanding that all appearances are the divine form of the deity, that all sounds are mantra, that all that arises in the mind, all concepts or mental proliferation is meditative absorption. And so, for instance, when we're eating food, we can think that this food is a Gana chakra, that we're offering it to the deity and all of the deities that also comprise or there in the enlightened form of the deity. So everything that we put in our body, then everything that we eat and drink becomes like an offering, a Gana chakra. And so we should, as we practice, we should do so in a way that we're really never separate from the generation stage, that it just becomes like second nature, that it's always there, that we're always together with the deity, that we're remembering to practice in this way. And this then is what leads to the purification of appearances and the purification of the impure grasping to phenomena through the habits of subject-object dualistic fixation. So we, not having a ton of time, then we can conclude with the instruction there for today.
Om Ra Om Be Om Be Zan Be Ro Zan Na Ya Hong Pe Om Be Zan Be Ro Zan Na Ya Hong Om Be Zan Be Ro Zan Na Ya Hong Om Be Zan Be Ro Zan Na Ya Hong Be Om Sarvam Be Dan Ra Gen Na Ya Be Zar Var Na Na Ya Hong Pe Om Sarvam Be Dan Ra Gen Na Ya Be Zar Var Na Na Ya Hong Om Sarvam Be Dan Ra Gen Na Ya Be Zar Var Na Na Ya Hong Pe So Se Do Ge Hong Ge Da Nga Xie Ge Wei Wen Nan Le La Zhen Zhou Wei Dun Xie Na La Ya Hong La Den Bar Yu
The mantra revolving around the hung at the heart of each dakini radiates light. From these rays of light, deities emerge who then act for the benefit of beings. The light then gathers back and dissolves into the hung.
Om Dragon Ya Hong Pe Om Dragon Ya Hong Pe Om Dragon Ya Hong Pe Om Dragon Ya Hong Om Dragon Ya Hong Pe Om Lam Ya Hong Pe Om Lam Ya Hong Pe Om Lam Ya Hong Om Lam Ya Hong Pe Om Kindra Ro Ya Hong Pe Om Kindra Ro Ya Hong Pe Om Kindra Ro Ya Hong Om Kindra Ro Ya Hong Pe Om Shi Ben Ya Hong Pe Om Shi Ben Ya Hong Pe Om Shi Ben Ya Hong Om Shi Ben Ya Hong Pe Rang Ge Do Ge Hong Wei Xie Song Ge De Zhe Dan Jie De Yer Ye La Dan De Nie Jiao An Kan Zhuo Xie Dan De Yang La Yer Yang Ya Jiang Do Ge Hong Hong Nie Xia Jue Go Fan Go Da Zi Na De Bar De De Na Da Me Me Wa San An Nya Yang An De La Da O
The light radiating from the hung at my heart gathers the protection sphere and charnel grounds into the immeasurable palace, which dissolves into the four dakinis, who dissolve into the mother, who dissolves into the father, who then dissolves into the hung at my heart, which dissolves from the hook at its foot upward into its body, the body into the head into the crescent moon, and finally that gathers into the nada string. The nada too dissolves and becomes imperceptible, settle within luminous clarity, even and vast. Once again, like a fish leaping from water, I arise as the great glorious Heruka, with one face and 2 arms, whose magnificent form appears clearly but is empty, like a mirage. From the state of emptiness appears wind, fire, and a hearth of skulls. On this from A arises a vast and wide Kapala. Inside that from B, Ra, Ma, Mu, and Shu arise the 5 nectars, and from Na, Go, Da, Ha, and Ku arise the 5 meats, marked with Hung, Brum, Am, Jim, and Kam. Through purifying, realizing, and flaring, the substances become a vast ocean of wisdom nectar. Pem, the light radiating from the Hung at my heart, invites the conqueror Cakrasamvara from the pure land of Akanishta, together with myriad Veras and Yoginis, to come here to the space before me. On the tongues of the assembly of the deities of the 5 wheels are white vadras the size of a barley grain. The torma is offered to the deities by moving it in a circle, to the left for those in the cardinal directions, and to the right for those in the intermediate directions. I bow to glorious Heruka, great hero, utterly pure Vajra Lord, and to Vajra Varahi, passionate one for those with great passion.
Gombo tu je chu ya je je len bra jur be tu je je da lan zu je la mo nam je shin de je zren ze do zo.
Equally victorious over attachment to existence and peace, you have conquered all conceptual thoughts. You see the even space-like nature of all phenomena. Protector, may the nectar of your heart, infused with your compassion, drench me. Goddesses, please care for me with your great love.
Om beza heroga samaya manovalaya heroga denova dejan jojo membava sudugaya membava soveja membava suvejaya membava sarva zeda membraya sarva karma zame Zidan Jaya Guru Hoi Bangavan Beza Heroga Mamemes Heroga Go Bava Mahasamaya Sado Aon Be 80 Hoi Yeje Bana Ranyela Dambarjo.
The wisdom beings dissolve into myself.
Oi dani jom den de se sarve nyen gar ong hai gar bong go wa na ma he ser je zo de so ha mar bo ra wa ye so bo de na bo me nye so hong ho mar se ye la dan je la pe han jang ge nan je sen bar jo.
I appear as the transcendent conqueror. At my heart are white Om Ha, at my head yellow Namahi, at my crown red Soha Ho, at both shoulders black Bao Sat He, at both eyes crimson Hung Hung Ho, and at the limbs green Pet Hung.
Oi won zumbane hon be won ga na hon be hon ga na ba ya hon be na ya hon bang ga wen ba za hon be 84 Oi ge wan den zun guan de dan jie jie de san sa dan yue bei ge wen de da dan gan yan zhuo wan ma le ba jie 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 boi jian den yan zhuo zhuo.
By this virtue and by the power of whatever virtue is amassed in the 3 times in samsara and nirvana, may I and all beings without exception, limitless as the sky, accomplish the victorious King of Delight.
86 in English.
Exalted Supreme Deity, victorious Cakrasamvara, if I practice you with one pointed devotion, let your compassion neither wane nor be indifferent, but swiftly reveal your delightful sublime face. Through practicing the key points of settling in a state of controlling and binding the channels, winds, and drops of my impure illusory body, may I become free of obscurations, undefiled and clear, and may I attain the supreme accomplishment in this very life. If, due to a lack of fortune and diligence, I am not freed in this life, then at the time of death may the assembly of Viras and Dakinis of the 5 wheels, such as skull pieces and the rest, receive me with parasols, victory banners, a symphony of music, and various offering clouds, and then lead me to the pure field of Kechara. There may I behold the face of victorious Heruka. In the field may may I practice diligently the supreme swift path of secret mantra, and thereby cleanse the two obscurations and all karmic traces. May I accomplish the unified state of the supreme Vajra body endowed with 7 aspects. Although I may attain the Dharmakaya for my own sake in this way, out of immeasurable compassion for all mother beings, may my two-form emanations show them the teachings of the supreme vehicle, and thus may I swiftly establish them in the state of the Vajra holder. By this virtue may I swiftly accomplish the divine assembly of Cakrasamvara deities and establish all beings without exception in that state.